Apparently some people like me going absolutely nuts and very angry at IMDB reviews, so this time I'm going to do the same. So I've got the trusty old porn library here, and we are going to go through some 1-star IMDB Marvel movies. Yes, for anyone who knows me, this is not a shock. I'm a complete fucking nerd, and I was eventually going to get to it. I would say personally I've not done Marvel in a little while, probably since Endgame came out, or maybe before, I don't know. I've done so many videos, it's hard to keep up. But we're going to go through some. I think I've chosen 1 or 2 for each film that I'm going to go for. Unfortunately, most of them are Avengers. Because if you go through IMDb, people
just fucking go on essays.
And trying to find little bits is just stupid. This fucking alfalfa I've got going on. Fuck's that? Get down, you cock. So the first 1-star review we are going to look at is the mighty Avengers Infinity War. This is from Tessa119 from May 2018, and the title is, once again, no story, just bangs and booms. Once again, I can already tell this is going to probably be even angrier than the random films I picked out the other day, and that's for Saving Private Ryan and stuff. If you haven't seen it, there's a little icon up there. Go and watch it, yeah? And you can catch up with the mental anguish of a man who's breaking apart by
looking at idiots and their comments, the fucking morons.
Anyway, this is Tessa119 from May 2018. Once again, no story, just bangs and booms. Unfortunately, computer-generated mayhem is much more important than character development. Try 23 movies, you fucking helmet. Well, now, but it was probably 21 then. But what's 2 films between friends? Well, apparently, according to Tessa, it's quite a lot. You can't get much more character development than that, can you? You fucking gonk.
You're a fucking gonk!
One-liners is not good writing. There was such hope with the Doctor Strange movie and nice writing, but this Avengers film does nothing to add to any previous character storylines, especially Doctor Strange. I believe he tells Tony that there's only one way to win against Thanos. If anything, he is actually the reason why events have to happen. So whatever Tessa's been smoking, I don't want any because it makes you a fucking idiot.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
It's a jumble with explosions / death / violence with little use or reasoning behind its constant grinding noise. Was somebody watching this while someone was constantly just grinding pepper next to her, or was constantly just being as twatty as she is? Because apparently there's just constant explosions, death and violence. All the tears shed by actors have no heart behind it is the last sentence she has here. No heart behind apparently all the tears shed by the actors. Everybody dies, spoiler alert, everybody's dusted. I don't think there's no heart behind it, do you? It's kind of like, you know, everyone was saying, oh, they don't kill anybody off. Well, they fucking do here. But apparently Tessa was probably watching the Pink Panther or some shit, because it certainly wasn't Avengers Infinity War. Oh my god, I'm losing breath, I'm so angry. We're going to get away from Infinity War now because Tessa has annoyed me so much. I want to go on to the original Avengers from 2012, and this one is the title from Pro Wow's 11. Quite clearly a man in his 40s trying to find someone. You fucking nonce. 8.8 is most likely cheated. Great grammar from him there. This is for the original Avengers, so they put warning, spoilers. This is from 2012, so it had only been out a couple of months, maybe a month, I think it was June, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, there is no way this is a legit 8.8. The movie is comparable to Transformers 3, rated a 6. I'll go into Transformers one day. I'm going to do sort of reviews on each one because they're all diabolical, but apparently, according to Pro Wow's 11, a film that revolutionised cinema, and I'm not just bigging that up, it kind of set the way for everything, and DC have been trying to do the same. This prick thinks that it's the same as Transformers 3. We'll continue. Look, I loved the following recent action movies. He gives 3 examples here. Spider-Man 1 to 3. Okay, I'll be with him there. I'm a Raimi fan. I liked that trilogy. Dark Knight, we've spoken about that before. Super 8. Okie dokie. Iron Man 1 and 2, of course. 3 wasn't out yet, so I'll give him that. And Transformers 1 and 2. So he liked the first 2 Transformers, but this is apparently as good as Transformers 3.
Right.
I really don't dislike that many movies, and when you do, they're fucking wrong, aren't they? You prick. What's this? I'm not being cynical, you are. This movie really is just a cluster ... You meant to say clusterfuck. Come on, just do it. It's IMDB. No, your mum's not going to tell you off, is she? There is no emotion in the whole thing. It's dull and flat and also feels very PG. It is. It appeals to mass audiences. It has done since 2008. PG isn't the issue. Apparently there's no emotion. Again, like this, the silly fucker from before. Apparently there's no emotion in Tony leaping into a fucking void in the sky and nearly blowing himself up with a nuclear missile. All these stakes and everyone's just sort of going around like cardboard boxes, aren't they? Honestly, this man must think the Avengers is like pissing in the wind. Really, he must. It's the definition of cliche. Somebody learned a big word. When it comes to superhero movies, there's no bar being raised and there's nothing new being done. This was probably this is the first time superheroes have been built up over numerous amounts of films, and first time it had ever been done. This was where cliche came from. If anyone else has done it after this, probably a DC fan, so he's not all up there, is he? The entire script is just a bunch of predictable nonsense, jargon with no meaning, right? There's no event in the movie where I go, wow, that is original, or go, wow, this movie gives me emotion and really immerses me in the experience. And then he's put in parentheses, watch the beginning of Star Trek. Completely different fucking universes, you bellend. Why would I watch Star Trek? I'm assuming he's talking about the J.J. Abrams Star Treks. They are amazing for their own fucking reasons. This is the Avengers. Joss Whedon, J.J. Abrams. Okay, Joss Whedon did Age of Ultron, whatever. This is different. It's different. Why the fuck are you going on about 2 directors, 2 different universes? Shut up. Now we're going to go on to a couple of reviews from Thor Ragnarok. This is my wife's favourite Marvel film, so I thought I'd look through them, and I found a couple that made me laugh because they're idiots. Of course, this is why I do these things, to make myself angry about fucking idiots. Romero Cassin 15, or however you say it, from September 2019. Disney, the destroyer of Marvel. Whoever hired the money-grabbing, preteen satisfying sycophant who has no clue about Marvel, Thor or Norse mythology deserves the same fate as all the positive reviewers of this joke of an insult. Taika Waititi, ladies and gentlemen, a man who has made some of the best and most inventive films of all time. This bellend doesn't understand what films are. He probably thinks they're just people flicking paper. You know that thing where you put a little picture on like some sticky notes and you just pull it and all of it can come together like that. That's probably what he thinks a film is, because this was written and directed by Taika Waititi, Jojo Rabbit, you know, last year. That kind of guy. That guy who did fucking Eagle vs. Shark and Hunt for the Wilder People and What We Do in the Shadows. That guy did this. So, Romero Cassin 15.
That is indeed your real name.
You, sir, are a prick, but you've still got a couple of things to say, so let's get on to those. I used to buy and read the Thor comic books, so you were a virgin for a long time, as a child. And he's put, yes, as a preteen, just to make sure that you don't think he's a man in his 30s, reading comic books, because apparently that's bad now. You can't read them and enjoy the source material. You have to be a preteen. But anyway, and I was in awe. Thanks, Disney, director, writer, and the rest of the assorted Marvel fanboys for destroying Thor. You're welcome. We'll keep them going.
Going to shut you the fuck up.
I guess I will see him wielding his hammer on the stand-up tour. Yes, he's funny in this film, which people have been saying has reinvented Thor and made him less boring and less fucking Shakespearean as Kenneth Branagh made him. He was going to go stale and going to disappear in to the boring shit and probably wouldn't have made it as far as he has now without Taika Waititi doing what he did. The Russos wouldn't have made Fat Thor because you wouldn't have had the confidence to do what they wanted to do with him. Shut up, you're wrong. Another one for Thor Ragnarok. I did say I was doing 2. I hurt myself doing this research, of course. It's Not Thor, apparently, by Kai Van Davidson 23 from June of 2019. Thank you, Kai Van Davidson, for your shitty input. Here we go. Waste of time and money. If you want to watch a movie produced by Disney, hags, and orchestrated solely around 8-year-olds, followed by a false Thor sitting around making comic gestures. Alright, calm down, he's funny, Jesus. Let's all be as bored as Kai Van Davidson 23, shall we? And throwing one-liners, and then this is the movie for you. Yes, it is the movie for me. One-liners, funny, very good. Korg, extremely funny character, and I think it's probably the most relaxed Chris Hemsworth's ever been doing Thor, which makes it the best Thor film, one of the best in the MCU. What a bell end. If you want any sort of plot or remotely believable Norse mythology related scenes, pick a different movie.
You have been
warned. Well, I've been warned, sir, to look for more believable Norse mythology. I bet you all figured it out quicker than this prick did writing it down. Believable Norse mythology. I sort of want to get it on a t-shirt and just have, like, you know, his name and then in parentheses, prick. Because does he not understand what he's just said there? Fucking honestly, these are the kind of people who think the coronavirus isn't real. Really. The people who kind of think that Norse mythology is real and needs to be more believable. He's a flying man with a fucking hammer, mate. And a brother who can make himself lots of him, and a fucking guy who can see the universe through his eyes and has a giant sword. How was any of this real, you fucking... Last but not least, I'm going to go for a short review before I go and pull the rest of my hair out with anger with these dillweeds who think they can review films. I can't, but at least I've got things better to say than more believable Norse mythology. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, one of my favourite films of all time. I think it is impeccable and the animation is beautiful. But apparently, according to Smosh Dr. Smith 8, that's right, this person called themselves that, from March 2019, he thinks it's unwatchable. I find this movie unwatchable, mainly because of its horrific frames per second, supposed to be, it's a comic book film. Feels like it was rendered on a Commodore 64. Feels like your brain was rendered on a Commodore 64, because that is supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be quite janky. It's called inventiveness. If you're going to be like that, just go away. I'm so angry I've lost the will to live with it. I think we're going to leave it there. They're going to shut the porn library now. And we're going to go calm. So there you have it, guys. There's my newest collection of dillweeds on the internet, ratings of their 1-star reviews on Marvel movies. IMDB is a wonderful place, and I forever love it, and I forever love looking at people who do not know what they're talking about. I don't tend to say I'm an Alex James or a Mark Kermode, but I certainly don't believe that Norse mythology is real, so you're going to find some people out there who drive you as nuts as they drive me. Guys, if you did enjoy this, I would happily make some more if it gives you guys the satisfaction to watch me have a mental breakdown, because trust me, after that last review, I think I'm just going to go scream into a pillow and cry. There is no need for people to be that silly, but again, if you want any more of these, then please let me know. Guys, do what the logo is telling you across my wonderful little face here. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, float me around the internet. I love being around it. You float, it's fun. It's like Ralph Breaks the Internet. Guys, until next time, this is your friendly neighbourhood ginger guy saying, Ginge out.